What are you? Come on. Hey. Hey.
We're done when I say we're done.
Initiating surprise in 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, Disembodied Brock here to give a special shout out to our top tier patrons on Patreon and let you know that we have some amazing Toucan merch. This all goes to help the birds and I out exponentially, and we cannot thank you enough. If you'd like to help in other ways and enjoy the channel, please make sure to like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell. We hope you enjoy and maybe learn a thing or two about toucans. Hey guys, hope everybody is doing fantastic on this beautiful day. So most of you know that I've been keeping a little something secret lately, and only the patrons have known so far, and it's a little delayed, so I apologize. I'll explain in a little bit what happened, but we're gonna go ahead and reveal that surprise right now. Drum roll, here we go. Ready? Uh-oh. Everyone's thinking, another one? That's right, guys, another one.
Another one.
Are you sunbathing? This is a baby channel build toucan. And it's a boy. He does not have a name yet. Are you being cute? I was going to reveal him about a week or so ago, but I had to take him back to Dallas to the vet again because there was some weird stuff going on with the blood work that made me a little bit concerned, but it ended up being that it was just from the trip that it, oh, hello. It ended up being that it was just from the trip. I actually flew a few weeks ago up to Detroit, Michigan. And he's actually from Indiana, and the breeder met me there at the Detroit airport, and we flew back together. You're very interested, aren't you? We flew back together, me and the baby, and yeah. So, and I'm gonna go over a little bit because I wasn't actually planning on getting another bird. Oh my goodness! I wasn't actually planning on getting another bird this year. But this opportunity was a very good opportunity, to say the least. The breeder I've actually known about since I was a kid. I read about him in a, forget, it was a bird magazine. I don't remember which one it was. But he was actually the person that bred the only plate-billed mountain toucans that are currently in the country and are residing now. Dude, what are you doing? Residing now at the Dallas World Aquarium, and he hasn't bred in forever because I've tried to look for him a few times, and I couldn't find anything. And then earlier this year, of course, everyone that's been I'll try to keep him in the frame. Everyone that's been hounding me about getting a channel build toucan, the 4 or 5 of you are probably just like,
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
but yeah, I wasn't actually planning on getting one, and I said that in the stream, and the reason being is because the only person I know of that had one was Maeve's breeder, and for obvious reasons I didn't want to go down that route, but they have always been one of my favorite species. It's just been, what's the word I'm looking for? This is a surprise. It's as much as a surprise to me as it is to you guys as well, because I really did not expect, like I said, to even get a channel build toucan, or let alone another bird this year. So, but I did make the decision based on the fact that the breeder is he's just an absolute sweetheart of a guy, and he really cares about the birds, and I could tell that. And the circumstances surrounding me getting him, the stars just kind of aligned, and it happened the way it did thanks to those stars aligning, because I remember seeing him, he was posting pictures of, and he hasn't had a baby toucan. He hasn't bred any toucans in like 6 years, but he started posting photos of this baby channel-billed toucan, you know, a few months ago. And I was seeing it, and he was kind of going through the growth progress, and he was posting the weight every day of the baby publicly and signing the photos as if somebody who was proud of the work they were doing would do, which immediately to me said, this person's really, you know, focusing on the care of the baby. Well, he's not only is he including the weight like publicly, but he's also signing the photos, and that just tells me that he's, you know, proud of the work that he's done and the bird, and is, you know, doing good by it. So, but I wasn't planning on actually messaging him, and I just was kind of keeping it in my mind, like, oh, maybe, you know, next year I'll hit him up or something and see. Oh, really? Is that right? I was thinking more along the lines of like, oh, well, next year I'll hit him up and see if he has anything. If I, you know, if the time comes. I was like, I'm specifically not going to message him or anything, because I don't want to, I know if I did, or I knew if I did, I would end up with another bird. So I was like, I'm just not going to do that. And then a while passes, and he messages me, and he mentions that he has seen my videos and this, that, and the other, and blah, 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 and likes, you know, the stuff that we're doing here and that sort of thing. And we just kind of started having a conversation, and eventually it leads to the baby. And then he was like, well, you know, do you want it? And I was like, ah, crap. And I knew kind of the moment that he messaged me, I was like, I'm going to end up getting another toucan, aren't I? And then, so I was like, well, you know, I can't really afford this right now. I don't really want to, because we're trying to move. And then I kind of approached some of the patrons, and I was like, hey, this guy has a channel-billed toucan. I explained the situation. And one of them was very kind and generous beyond comprehension and offered to pay for the bird. And when that happened, I was like, well, between the fact that this is one of the smaller species of toucans, he is clocking in at about 340 grams. And just to put that in perspective, Rhea is, are you going to preen my hair? Rhea is 540 grams, while Tupac is 660. So he's half the size of Tupac. So the fact that he's one of the smaller species, and that it came from such a prestigious breeder that has so much information that he gave me. I mean, I have pictures of him as an egg all the way up to the day before he came to me. So I can actually map out, and he has weight records of the entirety of him being hand reared, which is incredibly valuable to me, because even with Rhea, I didn't get anything like that at all for her. I mean, she's healthy, but, you know, I would like a little more assurance, and I'd appreciate it more if the breeders would track that sort of thing, because that's like, it's valuable information, especially for somebody who owns the particular bird, because you can kind of track how much they have grown over X period of time. And that's one of the problems we had with Maeve, was there was no data about that sort of thing. So I was like, well, this is an example of a great breeder that I can share with everyone and say, hey, this is the ideal circumstance that you would want. Okay, don't do that. And then we have his entirety of his growth up, where I can continue tracking that for the next couple years. And then like I wanted to do before, I want to do a video of the complete growth from, you know, little tiny pink baby toucan all the way to adult fully grown toucan. And right now he is like 2.5 months old. So, because we don't have that with Rhea, we don't have photos of her, you know, as a little tiny, oh god, a little tiny baby. But that just kind of gives you a perspective of the thought process I was going through. And I certainly wouldn't have gone, I certainly wouldn't have gone through it, because I was like, I didn't think I'd have enough room for another bird. But since he's on the smaller side, and people were willing to cover the cost where it doesn't cut into the money that I've saved over the past year trying to move, that sort. Oh my goodness, that sort of thing. So this isn't going to affect that at all. What are you freaking out about, huh? What do you hear? I know there's all kinds of weird noises going on. Anyways, anyway, you get my point. Well, I'm sure I'll talk about this plenty in the future, but I'm really happy to share him with you guys. I'm really excited to see how he grows in the next forever, especially in the next few months as he's growing up, because this is one of the only channel build toucans in the country. And when they're called channel build toucans because when he gets older, he'll get a brilliant blue band here on the base, and then up a little bit at the top, and then right here there's actually a channel that forms in the bill, similar to how keel billed toucans are named for the shape of their beak. So channel billed toucans are named for the shape of their beak. So he'll get a little bit bigger, but he's gonna be a lot smaller than the other birds that we have. But Rhea has a little boyfriend now, so it's gonna be fun to see them grow up together, because initially I did kind of want to get another Toco toucan and then kind of raise it next to Rhea, and I had an opportunity to get a Toco, but I just didn't think it was a wise choice right now, but maybe in the future. But he's going to be a wonderful ambassador, I think, better than we could have possibly hoped for, both because the breeder is such an awesome guy. He did research on me to make sure I would be a good home for the bird, which is like, complete opposite of what you would normally expect, because for me, I would research the breeder to make sure they're doing things right, and I've never had a breeder actually look into me, but he looked into me and he was like, yeah, that he would make a great home, and that's why he approached me about it. So he really cares about the birds, and I really have a lot of admiration for that. I'm really happy to finally be able to reveal this little baby to you guys and think of some names. I've been thinking of a few. I'm thinking maybe Lalo, but I want to hear you guys' suggestions as well, because I don't know. Nothing's like just popping into my head when I look at him. Like with Rhea, things just kind of came naturally, but with him, it's just like, I don't know. But he's such a beautiful little guy, aren't you? And he's so friendly. Are you friendly? Oh, what is that? Is that a bug? Oh my goodness. Can everybody just make as much noise as possible today? Just when I'm filming. Every time I'm filming, people just decide to come out and start revving their engines and crap. Or playing music or whatever the hell. But anyways, guys, I hope that you enjoy our coming videos with him. I've filmed quite a lot while waiting to reveal him, so get ready for those soon, and we will see you very soon. Bye for now.